Hey everyone, thanks for checking back on my channel. I just wanted to go over really quick what I see in the markets. As you can see that we're having a pullback, nothing to be scared of, right? We can see that we kind of rejected around this area. That was a pretty wicked wick, right? We kind of came up and then kind of rejected off there, which is bullish. It's a healthy pullback. It's we're right now we're at the 59,900 mark. It kind of tapped right into my level. As you can see, it kind of tapped right in there on a daily time frame. Of course, we want to see how that reacts. If we're able to hold above it or even have some consolidation, we could have more, more pressure, more selling pressure into 58,000 to 59,000 or possibly 57 to 55,000, right? So we're having a pullback. We could have a resumption from here, right? We could have a resumption from here to go higher, or we could see more downside. Let me try to just adjust this really quick. We could see more downside, right? We could see here, maybe a rejection here, and then, maybe some kind of, selling pressure towards this level, or maybe even possibly here, or maybe down here, right? So these are, potential zones. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure. We can just kind of come here, pull back, and then resume higher. For right now, with this kind of drastic price movement, we want to just wait, sit in the sidelines, just see what how the levels would react. Let's check the 3-day. Not looking too strong. It's not looking too strong. I mean, this is low time frame bearish, right? So nothing to worry about. That was my door squeaking open. Okay, so let's zoom in on the 8-hour. You can see that it tapped perfectly right into the bottom part of the range. Now we're just kind of consolidating. Let's see what the hourly looks like. Not a big fan of zooming in all the way. I'm sure you guys know by now. So we're just getting a little bit of consolidation. So could we come up here, fail and drop, or could we just kind of repair itself to go back up? That's what we'll see, right? We don't know what's going to happen yet, but we just know that we kind of rejected off. Of course, the buy the rumor, sell the news situation, where we had that ETF. And I did mention that we can have that kind of a situation, now, and it seems like it was a perfect opportunity for people, for traders, not only to take their profits, but also just kind of hedge against their long positions and go short, right? And see exactly how that happened. If I drew a trend line from the top of this down, you can see we're creating lower highs. In order for me to kind of go, I guess, reverse, right? Some kind of reversal, go back to bullish momentum. I would like to see a break here above this trend line, bounce, and then a resumption higher. I like to see some kind of here. I mean, of course, this is the 8-hour time frame. It's too soon to tell. We could have some more downside, in which case, it's just it allows for the bulls to kind of maybe possibly re-enter into their positions. So we're going to see some potential downside for now, little selling pressure. That's the 4-hour. This is what I could possibly see, maybe just rejection, and then retesting former weekly levels. So the weekly levels we have here, we're in this level now. We kind of just retested it here. We're repairing itself, but we need confirmation, right? We don't just want to jump in. And the 61,500 area is pretty important. That's where the weekly candle closed. Right now, we're below it. So that does give me a little bit of caution, again, for short-term bearish momentum, right? So we'll see where it lies. You can see there's a lot of open space here, a lot of open spaces here. So, I'm just trying to give you a little clarity on where the market could go, just to give you a little foresight into what could possibly happen, moving forward. As you know, crypto Twitter screaming at the top of the lungs, all-time highs. Here we come. We're going straight through. We're going straight to 70, 70K, 80K, 90K, 100K. That may be the case, but again, bulls take the staircase, right? They take the steps, slowly but surely. It's not all in just one shot. I mean, this was nice. This was nice to see a nice growth from 43K all the way to 66. I mean, that's a $23,000 move. That's massive. It's just time for, traders to take some of their profits off the table and let the market kind of settle in. We're looking for some kind of bottoming, right? We wanted some consolidation on either this level, the blue, the green, or even levels here. We could possibly revisit this level, right? And the reason why this kind of stands out to me a little bit, I mean, just going back to the weekly on these other levels, again, we could possibly revisit this one, right? Around 58,000. We just gently tapped right into it, right? But I like to see a little bit more downside, just a little bit more confirmation, because if we break through, then we could see 55,000, right? Mid 55,000 to 57,000, and then there's really not much really there until we hit this area, right? That was resistance before. We still have that open area to kind of look after. Again, might not happen, right? Just to see $10,000 downside, but hey, we've seen crazier price movements in this market, right? So nothing is out of the question. We just want to approach it on a level-headed, mentality. So that's for Bitcoin, right? We're just waiting, right? We're just waiting to see what the market does. Bullish, we come here, break through the trend, break the trend line, and resume higher, or we're just following this trend line towards lower levels, depending on where it kind of stops. We're trying to look for something like a bottoming pattern. We want to look for something, for some consolidation before we resume higher, like something like this, and then maybe higher, and then maybe a retest, and then resumption higher. Like something like that is what I'm looking for on a daily time frame, and we'll take it from there. Do I see anything on the 3-day? Not much. Nothing really stands out to me besides the fact that we're seeing a red candle now. Could it extend? Possibly. We'll see what happens. Right. So that's what we have for Bitcoin. Let's move over to Ethereum. Let's just cancel that really quick. Ethereum. Pretty good. I like the fact that on a daily basis, we're right above this level. This was resistance. Now we're just coming in for a retest here. Now, two possible scenarios, right? Bullish would be we come here, come down, and then resumption higher, right? That'd be one situation. Or we could possibly go lower into $36,000, 33, 3,100, and then the scary 3,000, right? That's what I see here. Just giving you some levels, right? And the reason why that stand out is because we had this level of resistance here, and we also had a level of resistance here. Okay, we have that, right? So we're possibly could be coming down here for a retest and then a resumption higher, or even just staying consolidate at these levels and then resume higher from here. Overall, the market is bullish. Ethereum for me is still bullish. I'm extremely bullish on Ethereum. Of course, zooming out, we'll see where it goes. You can see its resistance level here. We have another resistance here, and then we just kind of poke through, but now we're still under that level, right? It's important for us to stay above it on a weekly time frame. It could take another week or two, but look, on the monthly, it looks really good. It looks healthy. We have a nice strong candle up. We're over this level of above 3,300, right? 3,300, 3,400. And we just kind of quick poke through to $4,300. For me, I'd like to see, a monthly close into this level, and then maybe another week or so, and then a resumption higher. Again, these are just possible scenarios that can happen. Just approaching it from a level-headed from a standpoint that just gives us clarity. Let me just delete this, keep the chart nice and clean. Ooh, let me just X this out. Should have done that before. Sorry. Let's X this out as well. Okay, let me try to see if that level. See here, I'm also going to place just a little horizontal right here. Okay, that stands out to me as well. You can see how that kind of coincides with this level here. See, so the market always tend to retest, I guess areas of interest, right? Somewhere around here, these levels. I mean, you could push it down here as well, and you can see that we're just right below it, which is pretty much bearish. Of course, here we're right below it as well. So I mean, you can highlight both of those two levels. I could always do something like this, right? Let me just show you what I kind of do. I'm just going to unlock this really quick. Take that, clone it. Whoops. Where's the right? Kind of clone this and just drag it up a little bit, right? You can see how that lines up with the candle closure here, with this candle interaction here, and then down here on the bottom, right over here. Let's zoom in. Gotta get used to this touchpad. Right, you can see how the market kind of pays attention to that, to these levels really cleanly. Let me just lift it up a little bit right there, right? So you see that clearly there's some interaction with this level. We came up, that back down, retest, and then we kind of melted, right? Could this happen again here where we came up, rejected, coming back for retest, and maybe more selling pressure? Possibly, right? That is possible. I mean, we kind of saw that we tried recovering here. We saw that wick straight down and then coming back up yesterday. And then the market tried doing the same, but it couldn't really close. It's having a tough time trying to stay in this level up here. So what is the market going to do? We're going to concentrate on this level down here and then possibly the yellow, right, which is about $3,500 to $3,600. So that's it for Ethereum, right? That's what we have. Do we have some kind of, yeah, we do have, it's a downtrend, right? That's what we're seeing, right? We're seeing some kind of downtrend. We see that the trend is going down, right? We could see some bounces here, and then we'll take it from there. But I do want a break of this trend line. This is really important to break that trend line, right? I'd like to see a break, resumption higher, and then we can resume, continue going higher in the markets. So that's what we have for Ethereum right now. Short term, low time frame bearish, right? It's bearish. I mean, there's nothing really bullish about this yet. The fact that it's a pullback, right? The fact that on the daily it is somewhat of a pullback, it's good. It looks healthy. Pullbacks are healthy in this market, especially in a bull market. Let me just bring this to the back. That way you can see the candle. Now it's a lot cleaner. So that's what we have for Ethereum, right? Beautifully into the levels that I have here charted out. Now we're going to move over to XLM. XLM daily, again, just a little consolidation. It looks like we're kind of rejecting off this area. We could possibly revisit, 35 cents, maybe even 32, 33 cents, right? We could see that little, pull back into these areas down here. The fact that we're still kind of in the middle, indecisive right now, it is, it's holding pretty well, but we got to see how the weekly candle close too, right? It's red, right? It's a little bearish. We're closing right below. There's the weekly close here. We're right below it, so it would leave me to believe that we could see some more downside before we kind of get a resumption higher. So that's it for XLM. If we move in on the 8 hours, same situation here, right? We're on a downtrend. Again, Bitcoin follows Bitcoin, right? Then we can just plot this out, and then we can see same situation. We're getting selling pressures every time we touch this line. We can do that, and then resumption higher, or we can just kind of continue and then possibly melt lower, right? So two different scenarios would be a bullish scenario breaking above, staying here and resuming upwards, or just continuing the trend, trying to break, and then the bears just kind of start, applying more selling pressure. So that's what we have for Stellar XLM, Stellar Lumens. And of course, XRP, same thing, right? I already had that charted out already. We're in between two levels, right? We're in a level of interest, right? Not really weekly, but local interest. Now we were just kind of having trouble closing above. You could see all these wicks. Bulls were really trying their best to try to stay above this area, but the bears just kind of they already see they kind of noticed the downtrend, and now it seems like for the low time frames they're taking over. Again, just the same thing as the other coins. Excuse me. We could see the downtrend. We can see poking through and then possibly, failing. Or again, I'd like to see a break above $1.16. I like to see a break. I like to. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Put this here. I like to see a clean break of this level here, right? I think this is really important to kind of, this is my area of interest. Not purple. Yeah, I guess we'll make it purple. A little purple color, right? I did mention in the other video that I like to see a break and a hold above $1.16 in order for us to resume higher, right? So not only do we have to break the trend line, but also break here and kind of resume higher from up there, and then continuing. That's where we can continue more bullish momentum. But for now, the market is signaling that we have a low time frame, bearish momentum, underselling pressure. Obviously for me, it's not financial advice coming from, this channel, but for me, I will be purchasing, some Bitcoin alts. I will be, uh, throwing in, 20, 30% of my, capital into these levels, because now we're buying into support, right? This is support. So I'll be buying into those levels, right? I wouldn't be buying up here for my long-term portfolio, right? So here, let's just say the 3-day, we're into some sort of support. This is where I'll be buying, not all of it. If we see some more downside, the next level of area that where I'd be applying more of my spot position would be down here. I'm thinking long term, right? So I can't predict where the market's going to go. I can only tell you, where these areas of support are, to give you the best, entry, right, for your money. So I think that's really important, to kind of keep that in mind, right? So that's what we have for all 4 coins. I just wanted to thank you guys again for, giving me the opportunity to provide you this analysis. I mean, I do it just because I enjoy looking at the markets, looking at charts, and I hope that some of this, information and knowledge resonated with you a little bit. If you take the time to like and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And if you have any sort of feedback, that would be greatly appreciated as well, because it helps me improve the channel, for myself, but not only that, but also for you guys, right? For everyone watching here. Um, because I think community is important when you're trying to provide value, for the community. So we'll see, right? We're going to see exactly what happens from now, from here on out. And yeah, so again, thank you again. If any of this information resonated with you, hopefully, you'll be able to like and subscribe, set an alert. I like to do at least 2 videos on the markets, a week, maybe a third one if there's any drastic changes. I know today is Friday. I'm a little bit late for the midweek, but I think we're going to have same boring movement for the next couple of days. Now, if anything changes, right? If I see anything change on the daily, where we'll see some rapid price movements, where we can go up here or even down here, I'll make sure I'll provide a little, short video, short analysis on, what's going on. But right now, we're just kind of going to be boring for the next couple of days. Today's Friday too, right? So it's not going to be much of excitement. In the markets yet. So we kind of know where our levels are. We see what's going on. We just got to wait and see how the market's going to react to these to the levels, and we'll take it from there. But other than that, thank you again, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Appreciate it.